Right, so I've made some more additions and changes to the jungle pathway, and I've put in a miscanthus grass here, and that's Fargesia rufa, and I have a Fargesia Asian wonder in here. So it's going to be basically building a wall along here. I did have two nice aucuba japonica in at the back here, but like you're not going to be able to see them. So a couple of weeks ago I took them out and I brought them down here. And this is this is the Fargesia volcano, which I've added. So I've put the aucuba in here. I think this is Himalaya. Yeah. I'll put that in here because I'm going to be able to see the foliage when I come up and down the path here. Instead of having it hidden away in the back, I can put something else in there. I have that's just a bog standard aucuba japonica variegata. So in behind the gunners are doing really well. I put in a Fargesia Winter Joy. That's the Homiensis. That's a lovely. I might pick up one of them. Another one of them. The giant grasses. Yeah, so here's the other aucuba. What was it? Ash mount. So the foliage on the ash mount and the standard aucubas are different. And this is one of the chunks that I chopped out several months ago, over a year ago, of the black bamboo, and it's after throwing up some canes here, so I'm going to just leave them out at the back and see how it gets on. Okay, so these bamboos are doing really well here. I've gone in and I've chopped out the bramble here. I'm actually going to keep this chicken wire and put in new posts because I don't want the dogs crisscrossing. So when you come down, I've opened up this area here. So this is actually going to be the pathway. It's going to be a broad path, and there'll be eucalyptus. I've more eucalyptus coming in, so I'm going to plant 1 or 2 eucalyptus here as well. And I have the miscanthus giganteus on the right hand side, and paulownius on the left hand side. So it'll be basically the pathway will be flanked by tall foliage trees and grasses. You'll have to clear this out. There's chicken wire in here, but I will keep the chicken wire here as well. Stop any crisscrossing from the dogs. And the pathway will run through the middle here between this bamboo and this eucalyptus. Just for now I have to walk around the back of it. And these I've started to clear out the overhanging branches for the pathway to come up on the far side of the field here. And this is the Fargesia Burinda McCluriana KR 5287. I think that's a Bessetti eye. I've trimmed off some of the limbs here. I'm keeping this chicken wire here. I have a bamboo one here. I put these in, I basically forgot about them. This one here, not too sure, Schensbossen. Okay, so I still have to take out these overhanging branches, so I've got to get a ladder in. Another clump of Bessetti that I planted is shooting up, huge. Cleared out all the branches and everything on the side, on the ditch, all the weeds underneath. I'll probably put agri ground cover and put stone or something on it to really tidy it up. And I'm going to be storing all the covers and everything in here. So that's cleared up. I have a bit of work to do in here, but it's only grass and stuff. With some eucalyptus and flax in there. But what I'm going to be planting up today is, after looking at the trachycarpus fortunei, I could see I had the dark green leaf and a bright green leaf, and the dark green leaf are doing really well. This is self-seeded. The size of it. So these trachycarpus, they're already throwing out spears. This one here is throwing out not one but two spears. And this one is throwing out two spears as well. So the dark green varieties, they, even though they were pulled apart, they haven't shown any signs of dieback. And the strongest ones I'm actually planting up, because if they're throwing out spears and they're growing and there's no sign of dieback, there's no point in keeping them in the pots. I can get them into the ground and get their roots to develop what they can into the ground here. And I'm going to be adding the farmyard manure. So I'm putting two on this side, one on this side, and they can grow as tall as they want down here. Right, so that's the trachycarpus fortunei tree even planted. All the soil is blended up with the farmyard manure, and they can add plenty of foliage. I've this Scots pine. This is one of the ones that I took out up on the path over to the tunnel. If you're going to transplant pines, dig out as much as the root ball as possible. They can go into shock. Do it in kind of the last 2 weeks of spring. Do it in late spring, just as the new fresh growth is coming on. And then just give them plenty of water. Don't let them dry out, and then they should. This one looks like it's doing well anyway, but it should look really nice between these two trachycarpus fortunei. We got some nice bamboos as well flanking these three. Then as this tree grows, you can cut away the lower limbs to create a canopy, which can they'll all protect each other, because in winter this bamboo anyway will keep its leaves, that'll keep its leaves, trachycarpus will keep its leaves, but trachycarpus fortunei will grow in full shade. I prefer to have them in shade than sun. If you grow them in shade, the petioles get longer, the palm leaves themselves just get bigger and wider. So that's some of the changes to the jungle path.